Yeah, so right now I've got this 3,000 watt inverter wired up. I use believe it or not, I use a Harbor Freight Pittsburgh compressor, but you know, it's done the job, but it struggles. And now the 37-inch tires, I was thinking about trying to set something up with my Porter Cable pancake compressor, getting that mounted back here, maybe ratchet strap it in. And that thing works really fast. It's reliable, and I think it'll be a good thing to have in the Jeep. Obviously, I'll lose some storage space, but I think it'll still be worth it. So I'm going to mess around and see what possibilities there are. Maybe even conduct a test, see exactly how long it takes to air up one of these 37 by 13.5-inch beadlocks from 5 or 6 psi back up to 28. So that's what I'm going to try here, messing around with this today. All right. So I used 2 ratchet straps. I turned this hook right here so it faces that way. 2 ratchet straps. This unit is pretty damn tight. Was able to get my main toolbox in and tuck the wires, the plug and the wires for the inverter over there. So I'm not too disappointed in that. I mean, I still have room. I still have a lot of room to add stuff here in the front. So the next thing I'll end up starting the Jeep. I want to see where I can keep the air hoses. I got a nice 25-foot good quality rubber hose, which doesn't curl up. And then I also have one of those curly extensions that can give me some extra slack as well. A variety of different air fittings and gauges and so forth. So we'll see how that works. I'm pretty pleased with it. I mean, it did need to be snug, you know? So we'll see how it vibrates and how it does when I turn it on and start the engine and so forth and run it off the inverter. The cord comes off of here, runs underneath the rubber mat. Then I made a little slice in the mat so the cord could come up on a nice curve and plug right in. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I have a variety of options here. I've got the flex line with this particular air nozzle, which is really good because I can reach right in there and get on the valve stem real easily. I've got the 2 different exit ports right here, quick disconnects, of course, all the way around. I've got the traditional inflator right here. This is the fitting that you just hold on while you add the air. I also, in my toolbox, have the one that locks on the valve. So I've got all kinds of possibilities and options here. I think this is pretty good, quite honestly. So we'll see how it actually performs. Just looking at different possibilities for having the hoses coiled up and somewhat secure so they're not rolling around all over the place. Of course, another option is to just disconnect them and place them back here wherever I want. And then when I air up, I can easily hook these quick disconnects up. So, but with the Trek Armor seat covers I run, it gives you all these MOLLE straps, and you know there's no shortage of places where you can hook or attach stuff. So for right now, I got both the nozzles hooked up on one of those MOLLE straps. But actually, I really like this. And now the big thing will be how does the inverter do with it? I can get 12.5 amps out of this on the secondary, on the output. And I'm very optimistic that this is going to air these 37s up very reliably and quite fast compared to the little portable Pittsburgh compressor, which, you know, I'll probably still carry with me as an emergency or an alternative, or if someone else has a compressor malfunction. I got a couple different options here, and I like that a lot. Once again, just showing that there's really plenty of room. I carry all kinds of extra snatch blocks and tree savers, tie wraps, rubber mallet, A lot of different things in here. Right now, I generally try to bring 3 snatch blocks with me and 3 tree savers, and then I got my 30-footer here, which comes in really handy as well. So plenty of room, and you can see that I've had problems with the little portable one before. Primarily, this one hooks right up on the battery itself, and it really just was never long enough, and the hose eventually started splitting when you try to air up the tires in the back of the Jeep. But, you know, it for the most part, it's done a pretty good job now for the past couple of years. I definitely got my money's worth out of it for about $65. But I don't think it'll be able to compete at all with this compressor. So we'll find out how it does here shortly. Okay, I have the vehicle running. There's a little switch down there for the inverter. I just turned it on. I'm going to turn the compressor on. That will get up the pressure. Then I will air down one of my new beadlocks to 6 psi, and then I will air it up with the Porter Cable 120 volt AC compressor, and I'll see exactly how long it takes to go from 6 psi up to 28 psi. Okay, I have my ARB tire deflator. I'm going to hook that up to the valve stem and take this thing down to 6 psi. You can see I'm starting out at 28 psi. There's 6 psi. 6 psi. All right. Okay, also kind of interesting to see what this Load Range E 37 by 13 and a half inch tire looks like at 6 psi. There's a nice bulge right there, that's for sure, but it still stands pretty damn straight. What do you think, Hudson? Not bad. Nice to see. So now I'm going to get the compressor out, and I'm going to get an iPad out here with a stopwatch and see how long it takes to air this tire back up to 28 psi. A shot looking at the back of the tire with 6 psi in it. Really remarkable. You can see the bulge slightly at the bottom right. Take a look at the one on the driver's side, sitting at 28 psi. Wow, this is going to be something to get this thing out on the trail and see how it performs. All right, let's air this thing up. Putting the air in it right now. Compressor just turned on in about 20 seconds. There's a minute and I'm at 20 psi. It's incredible. I'm going to go 2 minutes and then I'm going to check the air pressure. All right, there's 2 minutes. I just took it off. I got a nice new gauge. Wow, I'm at 30 PSI. And the compressor ran for a little bit, reached its set point, turned off. While the compressor was on, the RPM of the engine increased for the added load. Seemed to handle it no problem. I couldn't be happier with this. This will be a home run, and this will buy me some time. I mean, eventually, like a lot of us, I like to get an ARB dual compressor mounted underneath the hood. That's you know, somewhere around a $700-800 job from start to finish to do it really well with a nice mounting bracket and so forth. But I had the inverter. I wired it up last summer, and I have this compressor, and I'm going to give this a whirl. Okay, all right.